Boom, and good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to July 10th edition of Morning Mindset. I'm your host, Todd. How are you doing today, folks? It's a day. That's about all I can say. It's a day. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything that happened in the last 24 hours here in a bit, but welcome. Morning Mindset, it's your first time here, long time here. It's letting me know from you who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, and what the weather is like in your area. I think it's nice out. It was sunny when I went outside earlier. Yeah, it's kind of throwing my routine off now. But it's gonna be a day now. The more I think about it. So, and then what am I drinking? Astro Vibe. Astro Vibe. That's what I'm drinking today. And then 5 things. What are your 5 things that you're going to accomplish today? Mine. I don't know. I'm working on the business. I know we do have our mentorship call today, our work on the business call from 11 to 3. So in that time, a couple projects I want to get done is the follow-up sequence to team stores. So I want to get that done. And then just go through my other list of things that I need to bang out and work on. So working on the business is the most important one. There is going to be UV, DTF, and DTF going out, and then some printed glitter HTV. So those are things I need to get done before that call. But that's what we got. Let's check in, and then we'll dive into the fun of the last 24 for us. And it's actually been quite a bit longer than that. So Darren, good morning to you. Are your ears burning? We were talking about you on Monday's call. Did you still have your plasma table cutter, plasma thing, CNC, whatever? Do you still have that? Happy hump day, 70 and sunny there in Topeka. Headed to KC, my son's appointment, and then stopping by a print shop to do some networking, lasering, cutting boards, sublimating pens, and magnets. Way to go, Darren. And Barb, good morning to you. North Central Minnesota, 66 sunny, headed to the 80s. Heat wave. Woo, baby. Water in the bottle. Barb's 5 things, DTF, sewing alterations, work on Shipley store, yes, work on hang tag, noise, and work on spiritware designs. I love it. I will say that for sure graphics flow has changed the way that we're doing stuff, and we're seeing a couple of things pick up from it without even really pushing it yet, so I'm pretty excited about that. Good morning, Chuck. What's up, Chuck? See, I'm even thrown off from that. What's up, Chuck? Good morning. 82 and humid in central Florida. Jeff, I give up. YouTube reset my chat twice as I type in. Man, YouTube is doing some weird things this morning. I will say that for sure. And Barb, hi, Darren, Chuck, and Jeff. And Jeff, 68 and raining there in Northern Kentucky. Football starts back up, so I'm an Uber again. Yeah, so Hudson said he wants to do football, or he wants to give football a go. We said, sure, we're always going to be there for it. I don't think he realizes what all is going into it, because right now I think they have 2 conditionings throughout the week for like the next 4 weeks, and then practice will actually start up, and it's 4 nights a week, and he was just like, whoa, like it's a big commitment. So we'll see how he does, and there, but I'm excited. The thing that I like the most about it is where they're practicing this year is at our local school, so we can just take the golf cart right up there. It'll be great. You do still have it. See, I don't remember why we were talking about it, but we were talking about it and something for something. So we have to ask and remember in there. Sarah, good morning to you. 67 cloudy. Plan employees tasks. Continued website revamp. Social media. Store builds. Very nice. Jenny, good morning from Indianapolis, Indiana. My mom finally had her surgery in June. Way to go. Good for mom. Water in the cup. Chandra, good morning. Iced coffee in the cup. My 5, sealing my canopy and sidewalls. What you doing for that? Tell us more. 2 graphic design touch-ups, 2 yard signs. Get ready for a hot and humid day. 81 degrees already with 82% humidity. Yeah, that is awesome. Ooh, I'm really excited about that. So we won't see you on your stuff. So when you get back from that, you'll have to hop in and let us know how it goes. Meeting to view potential new space at 11 today. Fingers crossed. Which is funny how everything works. So when we went up to visit Sarah, was it 2 weeks ago? We saw her current space. And then we stayed downtown, which was like, when I say downtown from her, it's like maybe 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away. It wasn't far at all, because she's downtown, but she's kind of like on the outskirts of it. She's like a suburb of downtown, right? And then she went over and showed us the place. We went and looked at her trailer and at the place that she was looking at potentially going, and saw that. And then she lets me know that, hey, there's an opportunity of something even that I think is better. So Super excited about that. So, hopefully, fingers crossed. I think it will. I don't even think we need to cross fingers. I don't think it'll be fine. T-Town's got 73 in Toledo. Rain and Mountain Dew to drink. Jeff practiced 5 days a week till school starts for high school. Yeah, this is for junior maroon. So he is fourth grade this year. Fourth grade. So third and fourth graders. So yeah, that's how those work. I'm not sure on high school, to be honest with you. Hi, Jenny, Chandra, and Sarah. Morning, Barb. And morning, everyone. Morning, Jerry. A couple things I'm going to pull up a link because I want to make sure that I have it right, because there is an event coming up and I want to make sure that if I have the correct information for it, that I'm not, I'm not pushing that wrongly. There it is. Smoke Fest, Northwest Indiana, July 16th. Where's that? I can't even pronounce it. Sherville? Is that right? Sherville in Illinois, Sherville, Indiana. I'm going to post that. I'm just going to post the link so you can see any of those. So that's going to be next Tuesday, right? So I need to see exactly how far that is from me. I don't think it's that far at all, to be honest with you. And I do believe that's what we're going to do, is we are going to head there, because that's next, the 16th is next Tuesday. Let me just verify on that. Next Tuesday. So from me, directions. Yeah. Let's see how far it is from me real quick. Moline, Illinois. I don't think it is terribly far from us. What am I going on? Oh, yeah. Yeah, just right there. Just about 3 hours away. So that's going to be next Tuesday. So if you are in the Illinois, Indiana, excuse me, Michigan, Wisconsin area, I think, I guess depending on, some parts of Ohio even, and it's not anywhere close to any other way. So that's why if I just post a link, you'll be able to see if anything's closer. That is where we're going to be. We're going to head there for that after Brian's great escapade this past weekend. And so we said, hey, this would be something fun to go to. Let's make a day trip out of it. So that'll be next Tuesday. Next Tuesday will be marked off the books. We will get up. That is from 10 to 4, I believe. In fact, I think Renee sent me a really good link to where it is. Let me pull that up so there's even more information for you. Ooh, why is that chat? Skip for now. It's asking me to try and sync stuff up, and I don't want to sync stuff up. I just want to find the link, because that way, that's all I need. I just need the link to show where it was. That was yesterday morning. She sent that to me, and that was before everything went crazy yesterday. And here it is, Laser Design Club link, copy, and we'll post that over here. So we'll have that. There it is. There it is. So the links are in the comments for that. So it's a 3-hour drive for us. We'll get up and go in the morning. That second one right here, go here, right click, copy, paste, and then you'll be able to get all the information for it. But we are going to go there. So if you're in the, if you're in the lasers and pew, then definitely, and this is in your area, go check it out. We will be there. So I know I'll be there. I know Corey will be there. I know Renee will be there. And I'm not sure who else will be there. I'm not sure if Sarah's come down. I'm not sure if Jenny's going to make it. But hey, what a good time to just have a little meet and greet and go there. Maybe we can grab some lunch and that before we call it a day. So amazing time for it. There's that for it. And let's catch up here, and then we'll go from here. Let's see. North of it. Yeah, way north of, almost to Chicago. Yeah. Cinnamon tea in the cup. Cinnamon bagel. You're all cinnamon up, Jerry. Busy day of ordering, organizing, and work stuff. Sharon says, I was a vendor at a concert series last Friday. Set up and was hot and humid. Later in the evening, heavy rain. My canopy started to leak at the seams. Oh, so you're using like the tent spray, the waterproofing that way, or are you sealing it up some other way? In Tim's 5 things, just did a tent job, embroider on pillows and hats, work on sheer bag sourcing, spend most of the day work on business and maybe Facebook posts. Love it. Working on the business is where it's at. Look at that, Jenny, 2 hours and 20 minutes away from me. It's 3 hours away. So I think it's a great drive. 4 hours. I mean, that's an 8-hour day, but just saying, Tim, if you want more laser stuff, that's the way to go. But Graphics Flow has been doing pretty good for me. Pretty good too for me. I'm going to set up a meeting with them and have them walk me through some things. Yeah, It is pretty legit. Now, what I have found is like when he does move some stuff, some weirdly things, I can change some size on it. But for the most part, it's been working out really good, and I'm pretty excited about bringing that on for us. You missed it, the ones in Ohio. Well, now you'll just have to remember for next year, we'll travel to the next closest one for you. Okay, so let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday was a tough day. Like I had a lot of things planned to do, and I took a phone call, and I got some stuff in the works and started to do some things. And next thing I know, I get a frantic child coming to me and say, "Mom needs you now. Peyton's bleeding." And so, for those that don't know, we had the pity boxer mix. Corey and I got her when we first got together, so 12, 13 years ago. It was kind of like our first thing together. We're going to raise this, we're going to do that. And that started our chapter in life. And she's been going downhill. I think, probably 10 vet visits over the last 2 months. And, they said she's just old. Things are happening. In the last month or so, she started having seizures. So we got, meds for that. And those stopped. But she was having issues just seeing and walking, hearing everything. It was just, we just knew that, it was going to be any time now. Well, yesterday, when I went upstairs, it looked like a murder scene. Like, I am not bullshitting you. There was just that much blood just gushing out of her nose. And it was a scary situation. So called the vet, went in for it. I pick her up. I've got covered in blood on me, shorts, shirt, legs, everything. We get her to the vet, and it actually stops bleeding. And he's he's doing his vet thing on her, and he's like, hey, well, what are you guys thinking? Because we can run some diagnostics, we can run some, we need to get a CT scan. He's thinking that maybe there's some kind of tumor in the nasal area or something that was causing the bleeding, and that might been causing the seizures. He said, but we don't know until we do anything. But she's also 14, 15 years old. So, the choice is yours. And we knew it was coming. And we'd previously had the kids, the older kids, like, hey, we don't know how much longer she's going to be around. So if you want to come and see her, come see her now. So we had that all the way. And I really couldn't have asked for a better day to happen on. No meetings scheduled yesterday. So, both Corey and I were home. So it wasn't just the kids and Krista, so they would have to freak out and deal with that. It didn't happen on anybody's birthday. Didn't happen on any holidays. Didn't happen on a weekend, so we were able to use our regular vet. And it was just her time, and it sucked. Like, man, it really sucked. And so for the rest of the day, it didn't. I tried to work, but my heart wasn't in it. My head wasn't in it. I screwed up moving a couple files around, trying to do stuff and just put them in the wrong place. And I knew I was just in the wrong space. And I'm still not feeling it today. Just kind of like, whatever. But, being, a business owner, I just can't take a vacation day. I can't take today or tomorrow off and just say, hey, we'll come back to it. I just need some time just to not do anything. It was weird, not hearing her clock around. Like I said, lately in the mornings before I come down here, I take her outside and let her wander around. And so that's where my weather check came from. So my routine changes. For the last month or so, she's probably getting up 2 or 3 times a night. And, Corey was getting up with her during that time. So, it kind of felt guilty because we get that time back now. But, now that the house, even though we have the 2 other ones, the house is just quiet without her. So kind of sucks. Like, I don't know what to do, but man, the amount of support that you guys gave us, and you reached out to us, the messages, the kind words, it meant so much to us. I really do appreciate those. And I know Darren and the word appreciate, but I do. It meant a lot to us and our family. And I just want to, take that time to thank you guys for that. It's still a tough thing, just, not having her there, and it's been there forever. It just, the fur babies are family, and if I had the 9 to 5, I would have been off yesterday. I probably would have taken today off, possibly just the rest of the week. But we got stuff to do. I got to work. And in fact, after that, one of the things is like I had a meeting. Like, so I can't say I didn't have any meetings yesterday, but I did have two, but one of them was with our local rescue organization, which they're a nonprofit. They basically are a secondhand store. So think like Goodwill, or if you have one of those near, think like that, where they take donations and they sell it, and then they use the money from that to help pay for vet bills and expenses for animals and that for those that can't afford it. So we've always worked with them. We've always donated stuff to them. Like, that's, instead of taking stuff Goodwill, take it there. That's what we do. It's our local. They're there to help out. So I'd reached out to them and said, hey, thanks, Brian. Was like, you need to get on your Christmas and July ornaments. That's what you said you were going to do. So I'd reached out to them and said, hey, this is what we're doing. We'd made an ornament for Peyton of just, here's a painted one, but she was still with us at that time. And so I said, something like this. And they were 100% on board for it. And then, I sent, the one with the wings on it. I said, well, here's, because they asked a couple questions and I didn't get back to them because I was starting that meeting when all this went down. And then I explained to them, and I mean, they were just crushed, and it was there. They know it. We had a great support staff of the people around us. So they're like, yep, let's go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and go forward with it. So one ornament fundraiser is set from there. We also closed out a golf team for a fundraiser yesterday. So that was, a great addition. Thanks, and that'll be our first foray into using Chipley as we slowly convert our things over. So, ornament fundraiser and a golf team we picked up yesterday. So, not a bad day in the business world, not the greatest in the personal. So it was trying. So, I don't know. How do you, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has dealt with this while being your own boss and that. And, I have dealt with death while doing this. And I think it was, we've dealt with grandparents, and that was part of it. We took a couple days off, but in fact, I don't, since doing this full time, we've had Corey's grandparents, but one happened during COVID, so there wasn't a big deal about that. The other ones, they don't live around here, so not as impactful, still impactful, but like this was tough, so yeah, I just wanted to say, thank you so much for those ones that have reached out, those ones that have commented, the ones that we have, whatever it is, mailing, where we can see what's coming on the mail. I see some things on their way. So thank you guys very much for that. Whew. So I don't know how long it'll be till I'm back to normal, but this is normal now. And this is what we gotta work with. So we'll continue to push through it and do it. Now, let me get back to canopies. Let me get back to comments in canopies. Shander says, yeah, top gets 2 coats, top 2 to 3 coats, sides will only get 1 coat. Very nice. And Jeff said 3 to 3.5 hours, one in Indy as well. Is there one in Indy? So there you go. Yeah, it sucked, Jeff. It did. It did. She was a good girl. She was quirky as hell. Like, we live in a ranch house, and the door's in the middle of the house. So when you come in the door, you can go straight down to the basement, which I learned not too well. I guess it's been a while that a lot of my Southern friends had no clue about this basement thing. So we had to explain that to them. But left side kitchen, right side living room. She would not walk straight. She'd come to the kitchen and right to that spot, and she would turn around and she would walk backwards through there. It was the craziest thing ever. And we're like, what the hell is going on? We got a broke dog. In the last couple months, she started walking normal. So that's when we knew, yeah, she had no clue where she was. So it was there. It was crazy. And, our older kids, oldest is 29. So when you look at, Peyton, we were having her for 12 years, and, when you look at her age, they grew up with her. So that was their dog. And it's super tough. Yeah, it does. It really sucks. Changed life. I'm like, no more dogs. No more. I don't, I know we'll have to do this, 2 more times, but man, I don't want to mess with that at all. I lost my 16-year-old corgi in March, and it was really tough. It takes time to grieve. Look at the pictures of them. Yep. And, best thing is we've made stuff with her name on it and, her picture and things like that for us when we were testing stuff out. So we'll always have those, so we'll get to remember her every year. I think so. So it'll be, it's something that she'll enjoy doing. Well, that we will, give their access. So a portion of all of those sales will go back to Rescued. So should be a nice big fundraiser for them. And, hey, gives us something to smile about. Yep. Normal as things are never normal. Yeah, you never know. You never know what's going to be around the corner. You just don't know. So you just deal with it. Thanks, Chuck. That means a lot. So, and so I know today will be a lot of cleaning up of things from yesterday because there's people that need to brush stuff that I just didn't get back to. It was, and so I put the stuff out there on Facebook. I put it out, here, that we had a family emergency, and we'll get back to everybody today. So I know there's going to be some blowback if some people wanted stuff, rushed, and it just didn't happen. And if it's one of those things where here's what we're going through, and it's something that you can't handle, then I don't need you as a customer. Like, I wouldn't expect any of my vendors or any of, especially the small vendors that we use in that, something like that happened. I wouldn't expect, hey, take the time you need, if I can't get it by this date, cool, no problem. I'll go ahead and, I can get it somewhere else this time. Not that I'll go anywhere else because of that reason, but, I understand things happen. And in a lot of instances, it sucks, when you feel like you need to put the needs of others above your own. And it's just not the way it is. Like, we run the business to be our own boss, to be on our time. And when we start letting our customers dictate what we do, when we do, and how we do it, are you really the business owner, or now do you just have a job and you can't really do much about it? So we'll see what the blowback and what the fallout is today. I know there's going to be people that, they wanted stuff to be delivered today, and there was no way that was happening. One, just in a standard ordering of things, they ordered way past the cutoff. So they ordered way past the cutoff and just assumed that, hey, I can email it, and didn't put anything on notes, didn't put anything in the shipping instructions for asking for, rush production or overnight shipping. They just sent an email on it. I saw that email late last night, and I'm like, there's no way, I didn't even see this till after the fact. So anytime you're needing any of that stuff, rush that. Make sure that you're putting it in the notes when you order. Make sure that you're selecting the production schedule that you need. Make sure also that you're selecting the shipping that you need. I had somebody that they did overnight shipping, but they did not do overnight or next day production, rush production. And because when you do that, then you get bumped to the front of the line, so your stuff goes out. You just can't email in, 2 hours after you place an order and be like, hey, can I get this rushed? Probably not. So we're going to clean that up. We're going to get working on our stuff. We got a big day of calls. We got our mentorship community call that is starting in 35 minutes. We've got that first one, and that's going from 9:30 to 10:30, and then from 11 to 3 is the working on your business one. And this is going to wrap up the series of getting your stuff set up for the Spiritwear team stores. We've already went through and have built out a landing page that you're able to use if you're in our group. You can use those. We've put in all the information for getting stuff to to the customers as far as drumming up the business for it. And then today I wanted to work on some of the follow-up stuff from it. And then from there, it's, hey, what other projects are you working on? What do you need help with in your business? It's a time to work on our business. So that's what we're going to do there. But that's all I got today. It was nice getting that off my chest. So I do really appreciate you guys sitting here listening to me kind of ramble on for it. She was a good dog. She's a crazy dog. She didn't bark until 4 years ago when we brought Reggie home. And he would start barking, and next thing you know, she found her bark. So we had a dog for 8 years that I think we heard bark 4 or 5 times during those 8 years. And then now it became a consistent. She had no clue what she was barking at. She would just bark because she found her voice. So it was those little quirky things with it. Plenty of times people thought that she was anorexic and we weren't feeding our dog because she was skin and bones. But You took her to the vet, and they're like, she's healthy as can be. You know, she's a solid 40 pounds. She's perfectly fine. That's just how she's built. And it was great when, you know, you take her outside. Jesus, don't you feed your dog? Hey, call her vet. You know, it's one of those. Yeah, it's not normal. So here's the other fun part of that. When we got Peyton, we had 2 huskies, and the huskies did not bark either. And if you know huskies, they're known talkers, known barkers, and we didn't have it. So we didn't have dogs that barked. And now we got, you know, Reggie, who hears a cricket a mile away and has to bark about it. So we went from no barking to, so, you know, Reggie's surname, like his full name, is Sir Reggie Barks-a-Lot, who hails from Aswagerton. That's him in a nutshell. He barks a lot, and it's a completely different thing from what we had. But I need to get out of here so I can get some stuff done before next call. So if you're in our mentorship community, we will see you over there in just a little over a half hour. And then, like I said, we've got our work on the business call that is starting after that. If you're not in our mentorship community, I guess I could have had that little thing going, whatever it is. No, I don't even think I have it right down here. You can join us $20 a month, patreon.com/fatdadmc, and there's still time to get into that call today. So with that, you guys have an amazing day. For those in the mentorship group, we will see you guys shortly. For everybody else, we will see you guys Friday. Peace, love, press on. We'll see you then.